about the words briefly gorgeous, I think about the impermanence of joy and life and beauty. It's something that I think when we're young, we're all barreling towards this idea of happiness, perfection, beauty. And then as we get older, we realize those moments are happening all the time around us. They're just fleeting. Jerry Gogosian is a character. It's a narrative that I've built out of observing the art world for the last 12 years, but I'm just the artist behind Jerry. He makes memes. He produces memes as a way to shorthand what it is to be in the art world. I always thought of Jerry as a man, as a very handsome, saged gay man. I asked for somebody to help me render an adaptation of a classical marble sculpture of Narcissus that lives in the Louvre. The myth Narcissus, which was told in Greek mythology as this kind of warning story about what happens if you fall too in love with your own image, you will drown. And so I thought, okay, then I would like to do everything and create the genesis of the project through Instagram, which catalyzes so much of this narcissism. I think that is what being a conceptual artist is at the core, is looking at the world as sort of a problem that you want to play around with or change or solve. I met Ho Jae Kim probably 2 years ago, and I'd seen images of his work, which are incredibly beautiful. We're on our way to a studio now, so you're going to see them soon. Have you ever wanted to be a meme? Comma. Okay, we'll say Matt said, I have nothing of this, right?
So the title, Briefly Gorgeous, when I thought about it, it instigated the idea of beauty, but a superficial kind of beauty. These are all things that we believe to be personal and inherently ours, and ultimately it affects how we proceed with life. And I kind of wanted to capture that in this painting for the show in Seoul. I will begin to build each parts of a sketch with a 3D modeling program. This, for example, is a rendering. This is a reference or homage to one of my favorite artists, Piero della Francesca, who was not only an artist, but also a mathematician. And then through various processes of transferring and building glue layers, I prep the surface. I think there's a lot of time and labor that goes into just the preparatory part, even before the painting. Once the layers are built, once the glues are thicker and all the edges are made, that's when I guess the underpainting is finished. And that's when I can finally start to actually paint with oil. Conceptually, for a long time now, I've been working with the idea of in-between spaces, and thematically, I've been coining them as purgatories. The reason why there's a level of theatricality in the works that I do, Seoul is where I was born and lived for the first 10 years of my life. It is odd because I have such a personal and cultural foundation from Seoul, and there's a lot that I know about Seoul because of pop culture and food and some of the, and most importantly, the drinking culture that embody of Seoul.